Hello, dear colleagues. First of all, I would like to thank to the organizers um, because I have the opportunity to present my research in front of you. And I will talk about intra-organizational communication as a means of achieving organizational goal. And I will make a comparative analysis of state and private universities in Georgia. I am from Tbilisi, Georgia, from Tbilisi State University. Why the intra-organizational communication? As you know, when we are talking about universities, we always think about students and lecturers and the research and study. But I always have in mind that the administration of universities, this is the cycle which is combining all these tasks and which is helping students and teachers and lecturers to work with each other. So within the framework of my research, an organization will be understood as an organized association of individuals where people work independently in a highly structured and organized system to achieve common goals. And accordingly to this, communication acquires key importance in the functioning of an organization. And communication also is the means which increase an employee's involvement in the organizational life. So it is very important point in every organization and in universities also. The aim of my research was to study intra-organizational communication as a means of achieving organizational goals using a phenomenological approach. Specifically, the research focused primarily on transcendental aspects, which include describing this essence of the intra-organizational communication with a focus on epistemology, on realism. And here the research questions were how do persons describe their experience of intra-organizational communication? To research this, I relied on 10 postulates of communication by Redding, which is the father of the organizational communication. Here, the important points are that messages can vary by perception, and meanings are not transferred, and any message is not or brings someone to act, or feedback is very important, and communication overloaded is also very hindering the smooth communication in an organization, and so on. To reach my aim, I need to answer the research questions, which factors determine the nature of intra-organizational communication in modern Georgian public and private universities. What role does intra-organizational communication play in the consolidation of the university community around the organization's goal? And what are the similarities and differences between intra-organizational communication in public and private universities in Georgia? As I partially already mentioned, the internal stakeholders at universities are academic staff, including invited lecturers, which number of the invited lecturers is very high in Georgia, actually, and students and administrative staff. So in my research, all these four stakeholders were interviewed. I used in-depth interviews and focus groups. I had 18 interviews with students, academic staff, invited lecturers, as I already mentioned, and 3 focus groups only with academic staff and administrative staff, one with from the state universities, another one from private universities, and one was mixed. I did not have a focus group with students because I had this in my previous research, and in that research came this problem with communication with universities from students, and that was a base for this new research. So the students thought I knew already about universities, and this time I did not have a focus group with them. 7 Georgian universities were involved, but I have the same limitation. My research is not done yet till the end. I researched only the Tbilisi universities, and I plan to go to regions, and after that to do also quantitative research. So I'm not speaking now about quantities. I'm not telling this these problems I will discuss here are very common, but these are characteristics which could I found in communication at universities. As a result for my research, there was a very significant less attention on feedbacks. I have here some phrases from my respondents. For example, one employee from a state university told that sometimes she's receiving information or task which she will just read, and then no one asks if she has done something about this information, or did she this task or not. So no one needs the result of this information. Sometimes they have unclear instructions. One male employee from private university told, "It happens sometimes that I receive a task and I'm angry because I think no one needs this information to be collected. Why should I lose so many times to do this?" And later he saw that this was a demand from a quality assurance office, so they needed this information for something, but this coworker did not know this and was angry during this process of collecting this information that he's doing a task no one needs in actually. So sometimes they feel themselves they are not enough informed about the tasks they are doing. Yes, and sometimes happens that because of not the smooth communication, they are losing feeling of belonging to the organization they work in. For example, one female from State University told, "I never receive information when we have a new employee, but at the same time, I am the person who has to share some information to the whole staff. For example, something is happening, and I have to share this information with the whole staff, but we have a new employee which I don't know exists. So how will I put him or her in my mailing list when I don't know if he is our coworker?" Sometimes the importance of information is somehow personalized. There is no structured information, so to say. So one coworker told, "I'm never receiving any information about administrative news. And once I've been reprimanded for absence from work for 1 day, and it was told, and he was told about this from 3 different sources. The assistant to the dean brought him this, her, this reprimanded papers, and the chancellery called her and told her, and the HR department sent an email about this. And this shocked her because she's usually never receiving this information. And when it was when something such a reprimandation occurred, at this moment she realized that it is possible to share information with employees and with coworkers. So she thought this could not be so personalized, which information people think are important and which not. This should be somehow in a structure. And sometimes the miscommunication or less communication is hindering the learning process itself. One student from State University told this the schedule of lectures changed, but no one told the students. They told only the lecturer. She did not come, and the students were sitting there and waiting for this lecture, and they did not knew that she will not come. And the academic staff also told about less involvement in university's everyday life. They told about the lack of target-oriented information. For example, they are receiving emails too much sometimes, and they are after that they are not reading all of them, and sometimes they are then missing the important ones. And for example, also the decisions from the faculty councils are not always shared with all of them. They are only uploaded on the website. And if you don't know that any new document is uploaded, why would you then enter the website and check if there's something new? So as a conclusion, I would say that Georgian or Tbilisi universities for this time are not sufficiently emphasize the fundamental role and importance of effective communication in achieving their core organizational goals. The most profound insight derived from this investigation is that the efficiency of internal communication is not primarily determined by a university's state or private status. Instead, it is linked to the culture and character of an individual small departments and faculties. In cases where the faculties or departments worked like a family and they were very warm climate in the department, there was less problems in communication. So this was the, should I click Tamam? Okay, but it does, I don't know. This implies that even with uniform institutional regulations, the actual communication practices and the perceptions of information flow vary significantly at the grassroots level. This finding highlights the need for targeted interventions at the department level rather than broad institution-wide policies that may not address specific local communication deficiencies. It doesn't work here. Okay, sure. Okay. And regarding Reading's postulates, the research revealed that they are highly relevant with the Georgian university setting, but the significance of the 10th postulate from him is particularly striking as it concerns the influence of organizational climate and culture on intra-organizational communication. In the case of Georgian universities, this specific point plays crucial role for the existence of goal-oriented communication. This is a part of my bibliography, and thank you very much for your attention.